Hello, beloved. It's me, Jill, your cash flow assets for retirement realtor. Once again, we are doing Leaving a Legacy Part 2. Thank you so much for listening to Leave a Legacy Part 1. I don't do this thing perfectly. However, I do it to the best of my ability. I was scrolling through looking for my part on my first video because I just wanted to keep going and I had created a whole separate slide. So again, this is all about having fun. I try not to be hard on myself. I remember easy does it. And I just try to remember to enjoy what I'm doing with other people and hope that they enjoy it too and not to make it too strenuous. But just remember that this is all about fun, lightheartedness, and love. And so I'm really actually sending my love through these videos that I'm sharing with you. I'm sending you light and sending you all of my love. I'm sending you light and all of my love. That's really what I'm doing. It's really not about anything else. So I want you to know that I'm always thinking about you. I'm always thinking about how I can help others and not just myself during this time. And so since Leaving a Legacy was given to me by God, I am sharing that with you. And so once again, we're going to go ahead and get into this. I promise not to be before you long. We're going to just review the definition of legacy. There are two types. There's one where you gift by will, especially of money or other personal property. Example, she left us a legacy of $1 million. And you notice this is the example that they gave me, but what I'm noticing is that we just brought this experience, we just brought this sentence into our experience. We don't know if someone will gift us or leave for us or leave for our children or leave for our grandchildren $1 million. That's possible today. That's easy today. We don't know. And I always tell my son, I don't never know where my $1 million is going to come from. It may come from real estate. It may come from life insurance. It may come through my business, my clients. I don't know how it's going to come. So I'm always looking for that sum that kind of stays in my mind. I need to save 2.6 million. That's what I need to leave behind when I die as a personal legacy in order to do the things that I like to do, like send my grandchildren to college, make sure they're taken care of. And if they don't want to go to college, they'll be able to start their own businesses. I want to be sure that I leave them what my parents left for me and then also leave them more than that. And I like to leave them property. I like to leave them videos, tapes, pictures. I like to leave them, and I like to leave it all in a way to where it's all together for them and that each one of my grandchildren will get some things from me that's specifically for them, to them, to teach them and to leave them something, not just money, but principles. Teach them how to work these principles and to teach them how to be successful. I mean, it's important for us to teach our children how to spend money, how to budget money, how to save money. So anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent, but I just thought it was funny that I looked the second time at this sentence. She left us a legacy of $1 million, and it just kind of jumped out in my spirit. Okay, so the second thing is something transmuted by or received from an ancestor or predecessor or from the past, the legacy of the ancient philosophers. Example, the war left a legacy of pain and suffering. Do we want to leave a legacy of pain and suffering in our family? Or do we want to leave a legacy of joy and excitement? When I pass, I don't want my children to be sad, my grandchildren to be sad. I want them to know that I worked and that I lived my life to the fullest, and that when I go, I want to go knowing that I left my grandchildren and my children everything that I wanted to leave them. I want them to be excited about my passing on. I don't want them to be crying. I want them to know that they're going to see me in the next life and that they can call me anytime and that I'll still be there in spirit. So anyway, there I go. I'm off on a tangent again. But anyway, I'm excited. I guess I just want to say I'm excited. So speaking of grandchildren, these are my grandchildren. I have 8, and my 8th grandchild picture is not here. So this is Messiah, Jalan, Anaya, Zayden, Azalea, Radiant, and Heaven. Wow, these are my grandchildren. I have one more grandchild named Boogie, and I don't have a picture of her, but I have one more to the family. And so I'm I'm really excited. This is my legacy. This is who I'm working so hard for. I want to reach back not just to my children, but all the way back to my my grandchildren and my great grandchildren, if possible. Okay, so this is what I was looking for on the last screen when I was saying I was trying to look at the comparables. Um, this is the legacy that, okay, my mother, I read already what my mother and my father did, and then I read mine, but let's just look at mine and kind of see. And I didn't even, yeah, I did put it here. So I put here, you can kind of see how the legacy just kind of goes across. And the sobriety and the smoke free comes as from my dad. The impeccable work ethic comes from both my parents. Loving my job comes from both of my parents. Business owner, that's new. My parents weren't business owners. They had no desire to run a business. That's me. That's my entrepreneurial spirit. And that's what I'll be passing on to my grandchildren. I want them to know that they don't have to go to college if they don't want to, if they feel like they want to run a business, but they need to know what that takes. They can learn, they can go to school to learn about how to run a business also. So school is not out, but I don't want them to feel like they just have to go to college. That's what we taught. That's what I was taught. Go to college, get a job, stay on your job, never leave your job. And even though that's some great stuff, and I wish I would have taken it to another level, had I not had my own personal challenges, that I would have stayed with a job just so that I could have really had my business ownership, my entrepreneur real ship would have been on a deeper level. I would have been a better business owner if I'd have stayed on one job or two jobs and really learned and really took the money from that and learned how to run my own business. And so that's kind of some things when I look back, I could have done differently. I could have done that differently. But my dad was in the war. He was a war veteran, so he went into the military. I went into the military. I was working since I was 16. My dad's been working since he was 12. My mother went to college at age 16. I'm a lifelong learner. I've been in college. I love school, and I'm not doing school anymore, but I have an AA degree. I have a bachelor's degree. I have a teacher credential. I have a real estate license. I have a insurance license. So I have different things that have shown the level of education that I'm willing to put out there when I really get passionate about something. But it doesn't mean that you can't do this and you have to have all of what I have in order for you to do something like this. Anybody can do what it is that I'm doing. If you have a passion and a love for what it is you do, you can put yourself out here just like me. So I don't want you to think you have to have all those things. Bachelor's degree, master's degree. You don't have to have all of those things in order to be successful. Matter of fact, there's a lot of people out there who are millionaires who never even got a college degree, and I'm not where they are. So I just want to state that. So anyway, I had a little credit card debt, and I watch my budget closely daily. I'm always watching my budget, and so what I really mean, I'm actually every 2 weeks I get paid every 2 weeks. I have my bills on a spreadsheet. I know what I'm paying. I know what my surplus is going to look like. I know where it's going to go. I have not gotten to a point yet to where I'm excited and happy where all of my surplus is to where what that amount is yet. But I'm working on it, and that's all I can do. I could just work on it, and that's what all of this is all about. It's not like, well, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I'm working on it. And so my story is, you guys, my story is that I don't have I didn't come in, I don't have a pension plan. I work for PG&E and I'm not permanent. And this is just my story. I've worked off and on. I've worked off and on for them for 12 years. The money is good, but they do not pay into a pension plan for me. I did not save my money. So I can't, I'm not where a lot of you already are. Some of you have pension plans, you are ready for retirement, or you're really close, and you're not going to struggle. If Social Security decides that if that money is not around, not if they decide, but if that money is not available to me when I'm ready to retire, I could be in deep trouble if I don't work my strategy plan now for retirement. That's why I call myself the cash flow for assets retirement right now, cash flow assets retirement for retirement right now, because I have to do this. I have to get my cash flow assets for retirement right now. I have to move toward that. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. My son has been helping me. There's I've gotten life insurance, and I'm not talking about burial insurance. I have life insurance that has living benefits. That means if something happens to me, if I get cancer, if I have a stroke or I have a heart attack, I have something that will I can pull from to take care of me today, and then leave some face value to bury me in case I do pass on. So I don't just have burial insurance. And African American people, we spend the most on insurance, but the type of insurance is we're getting burial insurance. We're just getting just enough to get by, and we don't think about our families and the expenses that they have for burying us, and what it really costs for them to live and to move on and to pick up after we're gone. And so, that's one of the things that I was talking about. I do have bank accounts. I'm on track to invest out of state, and I'm talking about investing out of state right now because that's where I'm going to get more for my money. So I'm looking to go out of state, and then I'm looking to do a couple of properties here, right here in Stockton. And because I am a realtor, I've had an opportunity to learn a lot of things. I know how to strategize. I know how to do analysis, and I just put a whole lot of work into learning how to help other people. So if you are in position, if you like, Jill, I'm ready to purchase, do not think about the dream home right now. The thing you want to think about is investment properties. You can have an investment property, and you can begin to build wealth through in strategizing and investing in investment properties. And if you ever need any help around that, you just give me a call and do that. So that's where I'm going. Another major thing for me is, from religious to spiritual living. Um, that means I'm coming away from backing out of religion per se to moving on a spiritual level. And some of these principles that I'm talking about, these are spiritual principles that I'm talking about. I don't want to just be going to church every Sunday saying amen and then come out and my walk don't match my talk. And so I've had to kind of back away from that. And I'm looking at a different spirituality. I'm looking at a different religion that teaches more about spiritual living. And I'm doing something different with my life. So I'm excited. This is what I want to pass on to my grandchildren. I don't want them to be stuck in religion. I want them to know about all religions. I want them to know that all religions are moving toward one goal, and that's toward love and light. We all moving toward one goal, and that's toward love and light. And so, anyway, I just wanted to share that. That's a big thing for me. I had some transparency here when I talked about my addictive personality, mental health issues that I've had to work on. I've made my mistakes. I've had bad marriages, and so I just don't mind to share that this is my life, people. We don't. A lot of us don't have perfect lives. We don't have that. My parents stayed together for 35 years, and I still wind up not knowing what a healthy relationship looked like because my dad drank and my mother gambled and she smoked and that credit card debt, and they had a lot going on. And so some of the things that I saw them do and be was not showing me how to live and how to grow up in a healthy lifestyle. So I just want to be transparent about that. A lot of people talk about mental health issues. I had a cousin in my family who said if my parents or her auntie and her mother and her father would have talked more to her about mental health issues, that my cousin, her son, might have taken a different direction and would not have gotten a murder sentence. She would have known. She would have saw the signs. My mother always talked to me because she was a nurse. She talked to me about mental health issues. She talked to me about a lot of things that people don't ordinarily talk about. And she was open and honest with me. And she let me know my family history. She let me know where things came from. So I just want to be transparent around that, be open. And I don't want to be closed about the process of my sharing because this is me, you guys. And I know that I'm not just here to work towards getting clients or people to follow me, but I want people to understand that I'm somebody. I have issues. I'm a live person with issues and challenges, and I'm here to share my life, hoping that I might be able to help somebody else. And that's what it really boils down to, is that I hope that my life and my sharing will be able to help somebody else's. Okay, so Principle number 2, consider other interests as important as your own. And it sounds very much like principle number 1. Principle number 1 is life is best lived in service to others. Consider other interests as important as your own. Much of the world suffers simply because people consider only their own interests. People are looking out for number 1. But the best way to leave a legacy is to also look out for others. If the topics that I'm sharing are of no interest to you, Facebook me or inbox me and let me know what things you might be interested in. And I can point you in the right direction. That's what I love to do. So say, Jill, I'm not interested really in what you're talking about. This is what path I'm on right now. I'd like to be going in this direction. I'm sure I can connect you with somebody. I bet there is somebody in my line of on my sphere of influence that could help you and help you find out what it is you want to know. Or if not, I can go online and I can find some things for you. I love to research for people. I love to help people. So I just want you to know that it's not all about me. If there's some things that you prefer to hear about or you like to hear more about, but inbox me, Facebook me. You want to share some personal stuff with me. You want to hear more about my personal story. Inbox me, text me. I don't mind. I will share as much as I deem necessary to help you get to the next level to help yourself. Principle number 3, love your neighbor even if you don't like them. And this billboard reads that love thy neighbor thing. That love thy neighbor thing, I meant that. God. I just thought that was so funny. I think that is so funny. That love thy neighbor thing, I meant that. God. And God is speaking us saying he means for us to love our neighbors. Oh my God. You might not always like your neighbor, but that don't mean that you can't love them. If there's somebody that I have a challenge with, I go back, I just send them love and light. I send them love. That's the highest thing you can send somebody, is to send them love and to send them light, that they will be lightened. You know what I'm saying? They will be enlightened, and that they will walk in love and in the light and not in the darkness. So it is interesting that Jesus told us to love others, but he never tells us to like them. Liking people has to do with emotions. Loving people has to do with actions, right? Liking people has to do with emotions. Loving people has to do with actions. So, right, you say, well, I like you, but I don't. No, we got to love them, because that's where our action is going to shine. And emotion, like we get caught up in, oh, I really like that person and how they share and what they do. We caught up in emotion. That's when we caught up in emotion. And what you will find is when you love them and do good by them, you will more often than not begin to like them. I send people love and light. This is the highest gift that I can give to someone I don't like or have issues with. I send them love and light. Today, I just want to take a moment to send you love and to send you light. No matter whatever situation you're going through, I want you to know that God has your back. You will come through victorious on the other side. Right here and right now, I send you love and light. I send that situation love and light. Powerful. Principle number 4, maintain integrity at all costs. What do you mean all my facts are wrong? I copied everything straight off the internet. Oops, that's me. That is so funny. I love this. You know, I copy a lot off the internet, but it's about my integrity. How am I walking? There are very few things you take to the grave with you. The number one thing is your reputation and your good name. That's what integrity is all about. Integrity means the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Morals means holding or manifesting high principles for proper conduct. Manifesting means having evidence or proof to display or show by one's acts or appearances. And the reason why I kept breaking that down, you notice I went from integrity means to qualify means the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Then I broke it down to morals. Morals means having or manifesting high principles for proper conduct for how you act. Manifesting means having evidence or proof to display or show by one's acts or appearance. There are always going to be temptations to cut corners and break your integrity. Do not do it. Do what is right all of the time, no matter what the cost. In a fellowship that I am a member of, we always talk about doing the next right thing. And if you just think about the next right thing, what's the next right thing to do for my life? What's the next right thing to do towards that person? And when you just say what's the next right thing, so you don't have to think about it all at once. There's some things that you have to do all at once, but there's some things that you need to break down. Today you may not be able to forgive that person all at once and forgive them for maybe something they've done for you, but just for today, you can forgive that person just for today. Maybe just for today. I might not have that situation figured out, but what's the right thing to do? You may have to do something at work. There may be somebody on your job that may not be acting or doing things in integrity. And they could, what I like to call, stealing job. I just take a little here and a little there and a little here and a little there, and it's stealing. And how can I rectify just for today? How can I get back to just integrity for today? Today, I won't do anything that's going to harm another person just for today. So I'm just talking about how to maintain integrity at all costs. Sometimes we have to just break that down, and we have to do that thing just the next right. What's the next right thing? What's the next right thing that I can do? Okay. can't call and talk to that person and make an amends, but today I'm going to just send that person love and light until I can get to that, till I can ask for forgiveness or to do an amends. Today, what can I do just for today to work on my integrity? So that's huge. That's huge. So the legacy challenge. Every slide I'll have a legacy challenge. Today I'm going to ask you to take a principle that really spoke to your heart today, and sow something around that principle. SOW, not SO. Example: consider other interests. Help someone out today, a friend, a family member, a coworker. Call and check to see how someone is doing. Example: love your neighbor. Send them love and light 10 times today and smile when you do it. Example: maintain integrity. Think about the last time you went against your principles. How did that affect you? Vow to stand strong next time and do the right thing. So I'll just leave this up here for a minute just so you can read it. Get it in your spirit. Take a principle that really spoke to your heart today and do something around that principle, or sow a seed around that principle today. And finally, I have a call to action. Share this video with your Facebook tribe. I would certainly appreciate it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would certainly appreciate it. Follow me on Facebook and Realtor Community page. That's where I'll be sharing some more of my strategies. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll be waiting for your invite. Subscribe to my blog post and my email list. And I'm going to have blogs and emails going out more this year. I just commit to get deeper and stronger and more connected. That's what all of this call to action is about. It's about me getting committed to go deeper in action, to get more connected with my audience, get connected with my friends. And I really hope that this touched somebody today. I really hope it touched somebody today. I want you all to have a quality day.